Hi, my name is Xin Fu Wu. Today, I will introduce you about a topic. I think this topic we will have at least one time in our life. It's about stress in workplace. So first, we will find out what is stress. According to the general definition given by researchers and doctors, neurological stress refers to as stress is a physical, chemical, or emotional factor caused by mental instability. When a person is stressed, the body responds as if the person is in danger by secreting hormones that have energized the muscle and increase the heart rate, making the person breathe faster. Anti-reaction stress. Stress is conserved by many researchers because it has a very strong impact on humans. It is becoming a dangerous pandemic worldwide. Stress can lead to depression, mental health problems. More dangerous if the effect of stress occurs during the work process and in the work environment will lead to many serious consequences for the stressed person as well as the organization or business in operation. Stress at work is no stranger to people. Anyone can have this psychological problem in life, and it will be most vulnerable to people at work because if there is only a certain pressure coming, his mentality and spirit will be changed immediately. In addition, stress also affects a company's economy if the working environment is uncomfortable, creating too much pressure for workers. Their performance will be reduced. That will greatly affect the productivity of that company. We have so many causes of stress, these are so many that we find out on the internet that so many people get because of this reason they get more stress. First one is employees feel as though they don't have a solid work-life balance. Employees do not get along with their co-workers. Employees have too much on their plate. Employees are fearful they might lose their jobs. Employees are not compensated well enough. Employees spend too much time on their commutes. Stress at work is inevitable. Usually, when we find out colleagues have unusual questions, the 5 questions often asked is how to identify a person who is under stress. Stress is divided into 2 categories, positive stress and negative stress. This is true or false? What are the consequences of enduring long-term workplace stress? What are ways that can help reduce stress? With stress at work, how to reduce it? There are many questions that are raised after an incident that is related to stress, and the question most often taken is what causes stress. There are many causes of stress at work. For example, too much workload and need to be dealt within a short time easily creates pressure on employees. An uncomfortable working environment that does not meet occupation health and safety conditions also puts pressure in the workplace. Or just a simple problem from life can also affect the state of workers and they will maintain that state of the workplace. So now we will move to first questions. How to identify a person who is under stress? Identify stress signals in employees based on information from nibusinessinfo.co.uk. Stressed individuals often show a range of symptoms that may be noticed by colleagues and other managers. These symptoms include fatigue and irritability, poor quality of work, indecision, and poor job judgment. Physical illnesses such as nausea and pain. In addition, some other signs can be mentioned as often uncomfortable or uncomfortable. They can also admit that they do not sleep well. The number of sick days increase and change the way they work, like staying up late or bring home to work. To know if a person is stressed, we can look through some signs from them. According to BMJ journals, acute stress responses can be seen through emotions like anxiety or fatigue. In addition, acts such as aggression, no motivation, or some physical symptoms such as palpitation, nausea are also reactions that reflect a person who is stressed. This is a chart I found on the internet that we have so many signals for a person who is under stress. So we move to the next question. The next question is, stress is divided into two categories: positive stress and negative stress. This is true or false? Stress is everyone's reaction to the situation they encounter. Some stress can bring a positive source of motivation for us. It provides energy and motivates us to focus on solving problems. It also helps us try to overcome challenges if there are situations. But some tensions create negativity. For example, too much pressure can cause distraction and not work. Its negativity also has certain effects on physical health. People who are stressed can get sick or lose health. Kelly McGonigal, a psychologist and lecturer at Stanford University, she says, "I used to think that stress is harmful to human health and is the number one enemy we need to eliminate. But this study makes me wonder if you change your outlook on stress, are you healthier?" And science answered yes. When you change your mind about stress, pressure, you can change the way your body responds to it. To define exactly whether a person's ongoing stress tends to be good or bad depends on the perception of way and of looking at stress. Good stress can help you stay focused, energetic, and alert by helping you rise to meet challenges. Presentation at work or sharpen your concentration when you're attempting to complete work projects. But unhealthy stress causes major damage to your health, mood, productivity, relationships, and quality of life. Now we move to the next questions. What are the consequences of enduring long-term in workplace stress? Serious consequences can affect health if enduring long-term stress, including mental health problems such as depression or personality disorder, heart disease such as high pressure, abnormal heart rate, heart attack or stroke, obesity and eating disorders, gastritis, and a number of other diseases affect personal life and skin of hair disease. Effect of stress on the body. This is some information about what we can get when we have stress for a long time in our life. Serious consequences can affect health if enduring long-term stress, including mental health problems. So, according to clinical studies, stress-related problems about work cause more death each year than Alzheimer's disease and diabetes. An article in 2015, Harvard University and Stanford University showed that health problems stemmed from work stress such as hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and mental health decline, which can kill and about 120,000 people every year. So we move to the next question. What are ways that can help reduce stress? Stress is a part of life, and it is important to face it. The best thing to deal with stress is knowing the symptoms of it. If your loved one or you feel overwhelmed by stress, see the doctor because signs of other illnesses may be similar to symptoms of stress. The doctor may consider and find a solution to remove it. In addition, psychotherapists or counselors can help to handle stress better. Janice Preacher, LLC conversion manager, one of 10 characters interviewed by Forbes magazine to share experience and ways to reduce stress. He said that meditate and stay positive. First of all, try mindfulness meditation. Be aware of your breathing and relax at least 15 minutes a day. If you can't fit that in, be mindful of the sole of your feet when you work. If you can fit that in, breathe deeply at red lights. Second, don't predict a deathful outcome. Anxiety is a lousy insurance policy and doesn't really prepare you for the worst. It has inclusions and high deductible. Before learning how to reduce stress in the work environment, let's talk about ways to reduce stress in external environment first. Because external factors can also affect an employee's mood before they start work in the workplace. Take a concrete example of an office worker who works at a bank. He and his wife had a quarrel for some reason, and this caused an upset and irritating mood for him. He kept thinking about his argument with his wife until he got to work. Carrying an erratic mood, he could not concentrate on his work and led to many mistakes. He was scolded by his manager. Through this example, it is shown that just because one cause from the outside of life is invisible, it creates tension for this employee. It has greatly influenced his work and is contributing to creating another source of stress that will overwhelm the morale of his staff. We move to the next question. With stress at work, how to reduce it? There are many ways to reduce stress in the workplace, but we should choose which way to achieve the best result. It is not easy. And a Canadian website called Folio has selected 5 ways to be considered effective in reducing work and workplace stress. The first one is understand the cause of stress. Number 2, take care of yourself. Number 3, build good relationships. Number 4, exploiting and using resources available at work. And number 5, create conversations that are interested in colleagues around you. Thomas Baker, an associate professor of communication at the faculty who specializes in workplace research, has come up with a rather useful statement in helping to improve a healthier work environment. He said, Canadians spend 60% of their time at work, so why not make that a healthy place to be? If you're spending 60% of your time in a place where you are being bullied or not being rewarded, or where you don't feel you are achieving anything, then you are not going to have a happy life. At work, it doesn't always happen smoothly and well. When we have problems that are difficult to solve, we are often stressed if we don't know how to manage it. We will be stuck and cannot think of the best way to solve our problems. So learn how to manage stress with the following methods. Start your day with an optimistic spirit. Optimism is the best way to always have positive thoughts and manage the stress at work. Job priority. Make a list of your work. Each job corresponds to a certain completion time. Prioritize important tasks and put them first. First, you will complete everything without fear of being late. Flexibility. Avoid conflict or ways to help you adapt to unexpected problems and reduce stress. Maintain a steady state at work. Taking care of yourself, taking time to relax are ways to make people's minds and body able to take a break from the tightness of work. Freeing the body from discomfort, bringing about a source of energy accumulation, extreme and not straight. We move to the final part, is conclusion. The stress at work can come from many different causes, and we need to be aware of its signs before it spreads. Adjusting emotions and calmness is one way to help people prevent stress from being created, because it is the pressure from outside life that will follow us to the workplace. If people suffer from workplace stress during a long process, they will have a serious health impact. Dangerous diseases that can occur, such as heart disease or high blood pressure, are caused by this stress. Also, stress at work also has bad consequences for business. It reduces labor efficiency and impacts on the economic resource of the facility. On the other hand, pressures created at the workplace can also be reduced by a comfortable, positive working environment. The workplace relationships among colleagues also create a comfortable atmosphere that brings positive energy to employees at work. Thank you for listening. This is the reference I use to find out information and the picture. Thank you.